Hi, this is Mike Regan with TranzAct 2-Minute Warning for the week of February 16th. And in this week's 2-Minute Warning, we're launching a multi-part series on how companies can effectively reduce their LTL costs. Last week, I had the opportunity to attend the Stifel conference. I enjoy going to these types of events because I get to interact with senior carrier executives and shippers, find out what they're seeing now, but also, even though it's only February, what they see for the rest of the year. Now, with that thought in mind, I had the opportunity to speak with some shippers, and they came up and they were real direct. They said, Mike, you've been all over the news and things like that, talking about how shippers can reduce their LTL cost. TPM, you said LTL pricing was irrational. The podcast with Jeff Berman that talked about LTL pricing. Adrian Gonzalez, that interview talking logistics, and the blog that you posted, logistics management. But how can you reduce LTL rates based on what we've heard at this conference? We talked to a lot of the carrier executives. They say, thankfully, the trucking recession looks like it's coming to an end, and the truckload carriers in particular are looking to get some aggressive rate increases to cover the increasing costs that they've experienced over the past couple of years. Now, if the truckload carriers are able to do that, why aren't the LTL carriers also going to be able to do that? And that's why this multi-part series is so important. First thing you need to do is understand the difference between the truckload and the LTL marketplace. In the LTL marketplace, the top 30 carriers have about 91% of the market share. You're dealing with a relatively small population. In the truckload sector, the top 30 carriers, it's estimated, only represent 12 to 15% of the market, a completely different beast. Now, when it comes to the LTL situation, we also need to understand how the difference in operations affect LTL carriers and truckload carriers. LTL carriers have fixed lanes, and those trucks are going to have to leave the terminal at certain times in order to meet their service requirements. With that thought in mind, density is everything to an LTL carrier. And it's not just density per se, it's the type of freight that comprises that density. That's why the changes that went in with the NMFC were so important. Now, what does that mean for you as an LTL shipper? If you understand what's really important to an LTL carrier, instead of saying, well, these are the carriers we talked with last year, this is what we're going to do this year. If you're willing to take a look at things differently and take advantage of things like TranzAct's proprietary sourcing methodology, you can reduce your LTL costs, even in a marketplace where freight rates may be going up. Now, if you're interested in learning more about how you can put this expertise and experience of billions and billions of dollars of sourcing events, how you can put that together to work for you, simply send me an email or give us a call, because with each and every 2-minute warning, we're here to remind you we're on your team, we're here to help, and we're passionate about seeing you be successful. Thanks for your time.